Super quick info and reminder tonight on I guess basically on both versions of the game, I believe. We have a new LR arriving via the World Tournament arriving tonight. That LR is, of course, LR Grandpa Gohan. Now, not really much to mention. He seems pretty good. One thing I will say, though, is just to keep in mind that this part of his passive is not one of those abilities that stack, similar to something like what we've seen with Vados. So just to basically clarify, plus an additional 2 ki per Turtle School or Kamehameha category ally, attacking in the same turn. So if you have a character that's on both categories, it's not 4 ki per that one unit, right? Which would essentially imply that if you had 2 characters on this turn alongside this character, the Grandpa Gohan, who had both categories, you basically have 8 ki from those units, which is just not how it works. Keep in mind that Vados, her wording is Universe 6, Realm of God, Siblings Bond, and Bond of Master and Disciple category allies 1 ki and 20%. So if you have an character who's on all of those categories, she's giving that buff multiple times. But since it's either or, as long as you have a character that's on one of them, not on both, but on one of them, that 2 ki will apply, so it doesn't matter if they're on both. So basically, you can have 2 characters, basically 2 Gokus on the team that have both of these categories. This Grandpa Gohan will only get a maximum of 4 ki. So just, keep that in mind. But besides that, again, character looks pretty decent. You need to come in top 150 locally, not in the world, but in the local ranking to get yourself at least 1 copy. Keep that in mind. And then we have the EZA for the LR Demon King Piccolo. Again, looking pretty solid for his EZA. Nothing too much to talk about. And then, of course, we have 3 EZAs. 1 for hits, 1 for the physical Mighty Mask, and then another for Android 18, which I'm pretty sure by this time you've seen all the information. So again, not too much to talk about. Make sure, I would say, when it comes to World Tournament, grind at least up to 30 million points. Actually, let me pull this up for you really quick. All right, here we go. So when it comes to grinding out the actual World Tournament, I would just honestly recommend, again, get top 150 to guarantee yourself at least 1 copy of the LR. But in terms of all the wins and missions and stuff, make sure you get at least your 20 wins, which of course will grant you a bunch of rewards, Dragon Stones, and characters that will be getting EZAs. So instead of seeing Cooler here, instead of seeing Gohan and Trunks, you're going to see copies, I believe, of Mighty Mask, Android 8, as well as Hit here. So just, keep that in mind. Where is the page? Here we go. And then when it comes to the tier, as long as you're grinding up, when you get your 20 million points, 30 million points or 20 wins in a row, you'll get this easily. So don't even worry about this, to be honest. Score, this is where you really want to hit, again, at least the 30 million points, because within this 30 million points, you're going to be able to get all these rewards, the 20 wins rewards, the tier rewards, the wins in a row rewards, assuming that, of course, you get the 20 wins in a row. Sometimes it does get annoying, but I recommend either go to the hardest difficulty, just spam Ghost Ushers, or you can just take on the easiest difficulty, spam whatever you want, and then, do the grind that way. But honestly, if you're asking me what I would do, I'd recommend going to the hardest difficulty, spam Ghost Ushers, get your AoE teams ready, and while you get your 20 wins in a row, or guess basically your 30 million points, you're going to get these rewards and basically all these other rewards as well. And I would say within those 30 million points, if your local isn't too sweaty, you should basically guarantee yourself a top 150 slot. I have gotten less than 30 million points in a world tournament and have gotten still top 150. So I honestly, getting 30 million points is the really good sweet spot to get all the rewards and almost basically guarantee yourself a copy of the new LR. Now, since this is the world tournament with the newest LR, sometimes these world tournaments tend to be a little sweaty because people really want to snag that, or I guess have a head start at rainbowing the new LR. So you may have to grind to maybe 40, maybe 50 million points. But it's, it shouldn't really be too bad. So hopefully you enjoy. Any questions or comments or concerns, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Merry Christmas and good night.